Володь, ты седай пока, может, скажи им привет.
Разговор какой-то там.
Hello there.
Good morning. Slava Ukraini.
Героям слава.
Свет стоит. Свет стоит. Да.
The mayor is going to be in a second with us.
Okay, how are you, my friend?
Геш, я тебя наберу сейчас интервью, я тебя наберу, хорошо? Ага. I'm sorry.
How are you, my friend?
Next question.
Well, you look like you're not having much sleep at the moment. The practicalities of living and doing what you're doing at the moment, Vladimir, must be very difficult.
It's been a month. It's been over a month now, and you know, there are sleepless nights. All the Ukrainians are having sleepless nights, but we have learned how to handle it. So the mayor arrived.
Good morning.
Good morning, Vitali. Slava Ukraini.
Героям слава.
I was just asking Vlad, you know, it must be very difficult in the practicalities of living in a war zone, sleeping, eating. It must be a very different life at the moment. Vlad said it's been a very difficult month.
You know what is the month like a day. We doesn't counting the. I was really surprised today Sunday because it's right now
Saturday.
Oh, today's Saturday. Sorry, we doesn't counting. It's morning, evening, night. It's non-stop. A lot of challenges what we have right now, and we are responsible for infrastructure in our city, electricity, water, heating, and also to bring the people to the safety place, to with people who stop the extreme situation what happens in every day in our city, because the rockets destroy the buildings, and we have to rescue people, to give him apartments, to bring the food, to humanitarian help. It's a lot of work.
You both grew up as the sons of a military man, Vladimir. Do you, obviously your father has passed, do you hear his words in your head sometimes?
Even though he passed away, he's still among us, and everything that he taught regarding discipline and military discipline in this case, and more, remains with us.
And I'm sure he's very proud of you both. And your mother, Najda, it's Mother's Day here tomorrow. She must be very proud of you both.
She's not proud. She's very worried about us. I'm more than sure that doesn't think about to be proud. They worry, and every day they ask if everything is fine, and she talked non-stop to the God is everybody, and have to be healthy and still alive.
So is even though, as you say, you have to live day by day at the moment, and you're just working through each day, you don't know what day it is sometimes, or whether it's morning, noon, or night. Have your mindsets changed to a new reality at the moment?
It is. So first days, it was like a bad dream, but then you're getting used to. It's bad to say you're getting used to the war, but you're getting used to, like, there's no other choice. You've got to do what you've got to do.
Yeah, because sometimes on some of the video footage, you see someone, it's a spring day and it's sunny and someone's jogging, you know, so, someone's jogging in Kyiv, you know, someone's exercising in the park. And I suppose you have to try and find some normality as well.
The life still going. And for example, Vladimir have last day
Happy birthday.
His birthday.
Yeah.
And yes, of course, we expect not like that. The birthday is very close friends. It's not friends, it's the people who work with us. Make a small cake with candles for Vladimir, but life still going.
You're both heavyweight world champions, and I've known you for years. I've covered your careers. You're incredibly disciplined. You are the gentleman of boxing. Did boxing in any way prepare you for what you're going through at the moment?
Absolutely, yes. Resilience to the stress, focus, agility, coordination, endurance. Those principles helped in the past life as an athlete, and it's definitely the same principles remaining through these challenging times. Absolutely, yes.
And strange discipline.
The fact you have each other and you always seem to be together, are you both so important to each other like you've never known before?
If we're talking about, if we're talking with our mom, and I tell to mom, it's Vladimir, the mom asked me if I talk to how's Vladimir, how's younger my son. I told mom, don't worry, I'm looking, watching the back in Vladimir. And Vladimir is this moment coming and
the other way around.
And tell mom, don't worry, I look into I'm watching
his back and the other way around.
Because she always said when you were both heavyweight champions, you could never fight each other. And of course you would never have done, but now you're fighting together.
We do.
And you have each other's backs in that way.
We're fighting not together, we're fighting together with millions of Ukrainians for our freedom. And very, very important to have people around you who have patriotic will, who is ready to defend the city, who is ready to give his life up, who is very motivated. It's people around us, it's our city. And actually right now is a huge wave of patriotic in Ukraine, and everyone ready to defend families, children, future.
Are you aware that, for example, in England, in my village, I'm sitting in my kitchen, in my village, my church has Ukrainian colors on, the local schools have Ukrainian days at the moment. Are you aware of the support from the outside world and how much people are with you all?
We are receiving the support. We are aware. We're not isolated like Russia is isolated and they're just getting brainwashed by the media, the state-owned media, and the propaganda that makes them believe that they denazify Ukraine, which is complete nonsense. We have a president with Jewish roots, and just the whole story doesn't make sense. But we are aware of what's going on in the world because we're a free country and we have free access to any information.
Does it mean a lot to you, Vitali and Wladimir, that the world is supporting you in this?
It is extremely important to continue supporting us. It's never enough. Since the beginning of the war, it's been over a month. The economy is down to nothing. And we need a lot. We need a lot because right now we just relying on help, but we're gonna give back multiple times. And don't forget, we're defending democratic principles of freedom and free choice and where you wanna live. and then we've been doing it since 2013. And that's why it is extremely important continuing supporting us and continuing blocking, sanctioning, isolating Russia and the aggressor. It is extremely important.
It's very, sometimes, like you just said, for us watching from here, it's quite emotional some days watching you. It's it feels like a movie, like watching something that's not real. Has it changed the way you think about the world?
Oh yes, yes. The world is fragile. You think you're safe and life is good and you have all the events. I don't know if you've been here in Kiev for the finals of the Champions League, and just the world is celebrating life and creativity, and all of a sudden you have destruction. In the blink of an eye, you have destruction. You have war. There's even in the bad dream, anything like that was possible. And you just understand how fragile the world is and how things can change in the flash. And it's important to understand, and it's important to stay as a unity, because alone you're gonna fall and fail. And in this case, Russia is pretty much, with some exceptions, alone. And the world is against Putin's aggression, Russian military forces that destroying our infrastructure, killing our innocent, killing our children, precisely, not accidentally, multiple times with phosphoric bombs that are forbidden, as well as cluster bombing that been done in Mariupol. 90% of the city has been destroyed. Thousands of civilians killed, and still Kharkiv, Kherson, satellite cities, Bucha, Irpin, Gostomel, satellite cities of the capital are destroyed. Civilians precisely killed. This is genocide of the Ukrainian population, and that's what is happening. And it's very unfortunate. And it is real. It is not a dream. It is not something that, it's not fake news. It's unfortunately the reality. And that's what is going on in Ukraine. And Ukraine is just the beginning, as their propaganda announced. Ukraine is just the beginning. We're going to roll over and continue. And that's why it's extremely important. Speaking of support, it's extremely important to stop this war and stop the aggressor now and here.
Can I ask you that, Vitali, as well? Has your mindset changed about the world as well?
I just you asked me about how the reality is, like it's bad dream. City is totally changed. There's so many military with weapons in the streets. During the night, everything's blocked, and we listen. I hated them, the voice. I had this voice because non-stop, every day we listen. It's mean we have to prepare. We have to prepare for rockets attack, bombing, and some people spend weeks underground, doesn't see the sunlight, doesn't see sunshine, and the life changed totally. And right now we don't know the main answer, how long, and we don't know what happens tomorrow. And every day, every morning, I wake up at the first point. I looking the report what happens in the last couple of hours, where we have extreme situation with was warning, with attack, with people need the help. And right now, non-stop, we save the lives of the people, civilians in our hometown. Just to know, more than 100 civilian apartments building is destroyed in our hometown. More than 300 people, civilians killed. 4 children killed. 16 children in hospitals. More than 1,000 people injured and also in hospitals. And its life changed. It's like horror movie. But I hope this movie is finished, but it's hard reality, and we don't know. We doesn't have an answer when everything finished. Nobody have an answer. This answer depends from people, from sick people who sit in Kremlin, Moscow, and we, everybody, hostages from crazy idea to rebuild empire.
Obviously, when it stops, it doesn't stop because you have to rebuild your country. The things that have happened. You've both experienced nerves and fear in the world that we were in together, in the boxing world. When you're in a situation, because we're so interested in how you feel, when you're in a situation like this, does fear end in the end? You might feel fear, but does it end inside yourself because you're so committed to what you're doing?
Fear in general?
Yeah, the fear of your own safety, of your family, your children, your mother.
You basically accept. You basically accept that you're a target as well as any Ukrainian and any foreigner. If you are here, any journalist they've been killed here. So you do understand that, and you accept those chances that every day could be your last day. And so you take every day as granted, as a gift, and but you count with the worst. The worst can happen, and you count on that, and you just do your job, and you're trying to make the best out of a day, and defend, and on different stages, and put people together, and stay together, and be part of it. So it's just intra and entrepreneurship in this case. So you understand that you're a piece of a big puzzle, and this big puzzle contains from pieces like you, and it's important to understand it and stay as a unity, and that's what actually every Ukrainian do, without even having a checklist, without even the communication. Everyone understands and pretty much on the same page, and everyone is counting with the worst. And so I would say this word amazing. It is amazing to see this unity and spirit that has been not written in the books, or as I said, gave as a guidance on the list. No, it just happened. It's here, and we have one enemy, and there's the Russian army that is, as I said, just destroying and killing our country and our people, and we just united. And the more they do, the more resilience. It's like in the third Newton's law. So there is going to be as much resilience as it gets towards you. So you just equally gives it back, and probably even more.
So in a weird way, and people, when you read historically about war and conflicts, that's some of the moments when people have been most kind to each other as well. Like you say, there's people do special things together. You're finding the real love of your country, the real love of your people, that people, that their humanity really comes out. Is that what you're saying, that you're seeing that?
What I just described, this unity, and be proud of your women and men, and yourself as a Ukrainian, and it's just something that we share.
It might seem kind of unreal to say this, but and it's just off. It's not necessarily a heavy thing, but is it right for Vasyl Lomachenko and Alexander Usyk to go and fight in boxing at this time? Should they stay in Ukraine? We all admire them for going home and serving in the territorial regiments. If you were both in this situation now, could you go and have a fight outside if you were younger and still in your career?
It is a tough decision to make, and there are going to be pro and cons of all of this. It depends. But I believe that we're all Ukrainians. Some of us are in the front line, some of us in the back, some of us are helping with delivery on humanitarian help. Some of us are still outside of the country, but still active. Some of us are inside of the country. So there's like different stages. And one more time, it's difficult to describe and make it what is right, what is wrong, because we've never been adjusted to situation and to the war. And I believe the more we report, the more we explain to the world as well, the more we support each other, as I said, on different stages, the better it is. And actually, as a matter of fact, we had this conversation as well, and it's a difficult topic. You can see it on the different angles, but I believe there's going to be Ukrainian flag and the Ukrainian anthem, and one of, so to speak, ambassadors of the country with the right mind set up and everything. It's going to be more positive than negative. Could be. As I said, it's just...
We just, believe or not, we just a couple of hours ago, today morning, have a conversation with Vladimir. From one side to United Nations, to have a stage to deliver very important messages to Ukrainian from one side. From another side, to leave the country, and maybe in 3 months the country will be not exist, and where you can... Difficult decision. I don't know. It's not clear answer for this question. It's decision by himself, but it's very important. We know to be pro-Ukrainian, and everywhere where are you to deliver very important messages. Yeah. I actually plans to talk to Alexander Usyk, give him advices. So if he decide to make a fight, this fight have to be some special messages. If my decision, if you ask me, if my decision will be to leave the country in this moment, maybe I decide to stay.
I think you would stay. The position you're in, you would stay. There's no question about it.
I will probably practical example, not the theory, and we probably need to finish our interview now. Alexander Usyk was fighting in Moscow. Ukrainian flag and Ukrainian anthem was played before the match. How else can you have a chance to raise Ukrainian flag in Moscow and play Ukrainian anthem in Moscow? None of the politicians, no one is gonna get it. But through the athletic side, it was done. And it's just something, and I believe it's, one more time, we're discussing about it, and there are like different stages. It depends how, it depends what is going to be as ambassador what the message is going to be.
Yeah.
But whatever decision will be out there, I just wish it's going to be pro-Ukrainian and advantages for Ukraine, and put Ukraine once again on the world map. And it is extremely important that this attention, this support on different stages, one of them athletic side, humanitarian, military equipment, so we can count on and on and on. It's
a buy to the World Cup, for example, for Ukraine to go straight in, all those things. Yeah, I know you've got to go. You've got to know, it's only a small message from me to you. We admire you so much. We admire you so much. You are incredible human beings. All of your people are doing what they're doing. Yeah, and we are with you. Slava Ukraini.
Героям слава, and thank you for your support. We know that British people and government supports Ukraine a lot.
And Vitali, what do you do? Sorry, Vitali.
One message to everyone, for everyone in Europe and for everyone in the world. Some people think this war is far away. Some people think this war doesn't touch him personally. It's wrong opinion. This war is one of the biggest war of after the Second World War. This war touched everyone in European continent. 40 million of Ukrainians in our country. It's touched so deep. This totally changed. It's drama for 40 million Ukrainians. It's a huge drama for whole European Union, for whole world. And please stay proactive. And unity can bring the back peace to our country and peace to Europe. And stay proactive. It's unity our key for the peace, and we have to do it soon as possible, because we Ukrainians pay right now the most important price for the peace, our lives, and we have to stop the war. The Russians don't want to do that. And if Russians don't do that, we have to show them they never implement his ideas and his wishes to make authoritarian dictator in our home country. Ukrainian nation was always peaceful, always the nation who like freedom. And we will be fighting for our freedom and for our future as part of democratic unity in the world.
Thank you, Vitali. Thank you, Wladimir. Slava Ukraini. Be safe. Much respect. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thanks.